Bharat Bhushan, what are the long-term consequences of this for the empire of the world's biggest media mogul?
Well, it will obviously get restructured in ways, but what really happens, who takes over, remains to be seen. People are hoping, as John said earlier, that a new non-family executive will take over, and they will probably put in some forms of ethics and some kind of moral code for journalists. But whether that will work and whether that will suit his business interests in the long run remains to be seen.
Nalini, your sense on whether Rupert Murdoch can recover from this fall? We heard Lord Desai say, he's going to bounce right back. Is that the sense you get, or do you believe that this could be a crippling fall for the Patriot?
Well, for revenues, News Corporation, I think, will not be affected. It's 1% and nothing much is going to happen. But even if, as John Elliott is wishing, this dynasty finishes, Murdochism and the Foxization of media the world over is not going to, no effect on that. There will be tabloidization, which is more, it's paid. It has also made them very powerful. So I think that the real question is going to be, even if almost this entire dynasty is wiped out, and it won't be. James Murdoch seems to have a management style, so he'll be steady on his feet quite soon. But I think that the fact that tabloidization has happened, now this has happened, and knowing that in India, at least, that the right to privacy is not an absolute right.
We're coming to the India debate in just a moment from now. Are you as cynical as well? That do you believe this will lead to a correction? Maybe not a complete return from the tabloid world, the ways of the world, but maybe a return, a course correction. Do you see that happen?
Not course correction, but I think there'll be a lot of, shall we say, strong public outrage and opinion. And I think there'll be sort of some attempt at, internally salvaging their reputation, and to that extent there'll be some, shall we say, some posturing on course correction. And I think this part of the world, he has been, welcomed for the last 25 years. He's never been anybody who's been a sort of, a bad name, or somebody who's a name with any kind of a dubious reputation. He's very much part of our entire business world, on television, and played a major role in the last, and I'm sure he's looking forward to this, and he may step down, he may retire, there may be a change in terms of what the executive head looks like, but they'll drive the business.
Do you see a change coming also in the relationship between journalists and politicians? That's something that David Cameroon was asked again and again today. Do you believe this cozy nexus, you take care of me, I take care of you, do you see this just as a passing fade where there's some posturing, as Akhila Sivadas says, or do you believe there will be some genuine change over there?
Hello, are you asking me? Hello?
Yes, Lord Desai, please.
Yeah, I think that Murdoch was special because his tabloids could make or destroy political careers. He destroyed Neil Kinnock's political career very effectively. I think to that extent there will be a small break in the close relationship, but very soon, I think they will resume, because eventually newspapers, through their coverage of politics, can affect polls and political standing. So I think the relationship between media and politics is not something evil. It is something which happens. You just need regulations which are tighter than we have at present. But it will continue, because these people fraternize all the time together. They're in the same business, and politicians need media. Media needs politicians.
But we saw with the Radia Gate episode as well, Farooq Dondi, in India there was much outcry.
Yes.
Do you believe there will be correction, or is this just a passing phase which stays for a couple of days and then everybody's back to slapping each other's backs?
Well, I think that the parliamentarians in Britain who have suffered two scandals, they've suffered their own expenses scandal, and now they're looking at the scandal of senior politicians hiring and cozying up to the News of the World executives who've been found or are possibly about to be found